Alex, this is take 9, but due to continuity, we have to do take 9. They all have to be from the same angle. They all have the same sound.
Yep.
So I didn't get to hang out with you during auditions.
Yeah.
What'd you go after? Like, what was your I want this part?
I particularly really just wanted to be a phantom. That was the part I saw myself as, and that was the part I felt I could realistically put myself in. And that was thankfully the part I got.
You have worked obviously really hard on the performance aspect, but you have helped me just tremendously with production as far as boom mic and camera help and lighting. Does that, okay, first of all, thank you, that's fucking awesome.
Yes.
Like, there's no way I could have done the stuff that I did. We even did behind the scenes things that I can't show yet, but does that add, that technical knowledge, does that add to your performance?
Yes, and it can sometimes detract because my place is strictly as a performer a lot of the time, and even though I can offer my expertise, because I personally believe I'm pretty skilled in a lot of the technical aspects of making and producing a show.
Yeah.
Sometimes because I'm a performer, that kind of, it doesn't get like looked down on. My role is strictly as a performer, and I can potentially most of the time offer my skills sometimes, like helping you is a great example of that. I could realistically do that, but strictly like, let's say, helping like technically wise, like with doing microphones and lights for a show, I can help with that. But since my role in most shows I'm in is as strictly a performer, I can't necessarily help with that, and I'm not technically supposed to.
It's gotta be really hard though, because I ask questions because there's a lot that I don't know, and I love when everyone gets to be a part of the creative process. I really think that it makes things better. I don't know, there's a lot that I'm still learning, and I think that if I were in your position, it'd be extremely difficult.
It is sometimes because you particularly have to take a step back and let other people do things the way they think they should be done, even though there's most of the time a simpler way of doing things. Thankfully, I am in a position where I know a significant portion of all of the technical people in the Springfield area at this point. So most of them take my opinion into consideration. It's not a huge thing, but I personally, I'm glad I've gotten to that point that I can technically like offer my advice to people. So
that's awesome. What is your favorite part of the rehearsal process with this installment?
This show in particular, I really liked how the rehearsals were spaced out. We didn't have practice every night, and it wasn't like a strict Monday, Wednesday, and Friday schedule. It was they were more broken up. So like Wednesday night was always strictly a choreography night, so dancing and everything, and it was something you could always count on. But you had this long break over the weekend. So Wednesday you would have choreography. Thursday you would have your vocal rehearsal, which would normally last an hour. And before that and after, we'd hang out at Obed's and 96. So it was a real easy like rehearsal schedule. And Sunday was mostly blocking, and I didn't really have to be there Sunday for the most part up until most recently because the show was next week. So we had Sunday night last week. So that was, I think, my second Sunday I had ever done the whole show. So I only had to be here Wednesday and Thursday most weeks, and I danced Wednesday, and that was kind of difficult because Andrew's a fantastic choreographer. He does fantastic stuff. So it's quite.
He raises the bar.
He does. He's really good. He's really good at what he does. But so Wednesday you could always count on choreography, and Thursday was really an easy night. So the only real like difficult night you had, especially with everyone mostly knowing all the vocals already coming into the show. Even though like I have seen the show a couple of times, like just being in all the shows I've previously been in, the vocals were really easy to pick up, especially with the fantastic cast we have. Like they all have their vocals down. It's really easy to get the vocals. So the only thing you really had to worry about was Wednesday night, which was the choreography. So that was hands down my favorite part of the whole rehearsal process.
That's awesome. Well, I'm not going to keep you very much longer. I really appreciate you hanging out, man. That's so awesome. Thank you for all of your help. And as a, I don't want to label myself I'll just say a content creator. I'm really excited.
That was what I was about to suggest.
Thank you. I'm really excited to see your journey, where you go as far as if you continue to act or if you continue to do a production part. But I'm stoked to see where it goes. So thank you, man.
Thank you.
That's awesome. I'm Jeremy, by the way.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Alayna.
Alayna, lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I did my best to hang out with as many people as possible for the audition process.
Mm-hmm.
I think I may have missed you.
You did.
What part did you audition for?
I auditioned for pretty much any female role. But I think next year I'll probably just say anything because just as long as I'm in the show, it's been like the best experience of my life since I started it.
It really should be. That's really what it's about.
I haven't been closer with a group of people like this since I don't even know when. Just really great people.
We are a few days away from Tech Week or Tech Days. If anything, what are you nervous or apprehensive about going into opening night?
We're doing something really cool with the Usherettes this year. They're going to look different than what the audience is used to seeing. I'm really, really excited for everyone to see them. I have to practice wearing contacts, and never in my years have I worn contacts, so that I'm very nervous about.
I would be too.
So I'm gonna
put stuff in your eye.
Well, it's not even putting something in my eye that I'm worried about, just like the actual wearing them, because I've never worn contacts before. So that's something I'm really nervous about. But every year I'm a little nervous, but it's just like equal part just so stoked to get up there and interact with the audience.
We had the Betsy. She said that she was nervous about interacting with the people, and I was like, they gave you consent to do whatever you want to them, and if you don't, it's just like you're cheating them out of their ticket to the show. So you can romance them or do whatever it is that you want to do.
You want to make sure they got their $18 worth. Like they came to see the Rocky Horror Show, and they will be entertained.
So what do you think is your favorite part about this incarnation of Rocky?
This year, the cast is entirely different than I've even ever seen it before. This is the first year, at least I've seen it with a female narrator. I don't think we've ever had a female narrator.
I can't play this video until the end.
Why?
Everybody knows about the female narrator.
Really? Oh, don't put that on there.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, like,
it was published. I'm just kidding.
Lizzie's been posting everywhere. I'm just like, how is this not funny now? Oh my gosh. I was like, well, so this is really cool. And then also, like, this is the first time we've had a new Frank in a long time.
Yeah.
And it's just really cool to see, like...
Is it Eric? Is that right? I'm really stoked to talk to him.
Yeah.
He was selling it hard.
Yeah. And, like, Ralph obviously, like, set a fantastic precedent.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no question there.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be really cool to, like, see where somebody else will take Frank. You know what I mean?
I do. I really, really do. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time up. I'm so lucky that I get to talk to so many different people, but I'm trying really, really hard to get everybody in, to get everybody on, because I want the whole series to reflect everybody. But thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm looking forward to putting this on YouTube.
All right.
So, thank you. Mercedes, thank you for hanging out with me.
Yeah, totally.
8 times. This is take 8 because I'm a horrible videographer and I'm a horrible editor. And one day I'll have a production team that doesn't consist of my wife yelling at me to go to sleep. And she just says, you're working on it too much. And I said, well, 6 people are going to view this, so I'm going to put it up.
Right.
You're supposed to be laughing, thank you, right? I'm hoping that I'm trying to break the ice just a little bit.
Appreciate it.
We didn't get to hang out for auditions, which is fine. I would have asked you, what you were nervous about for auditioning. So let's just transition. We are 3 days away from Tech Week or Tech Days. What, if anything, are you nervous about?
Gosh, I guess I'm just nervous about portraying Janet the way I feel like she should be portrayed. I feel like Janet is a very deep character. She is actually silenced by a very dominant man, and it's kind of beautiful the way throughout the show she has just this huge transition. She's sexually liberated, and she becomes comfortable in her own skin. So I definitely want to portray that. I want to show this beautiful character come from very shy, very timid and afraid of man to very dominant and taking ownership of her body and her sexuality.
I've never seen the characters through that lens before. Maybe it's just because there's bells and whistles and flashing lights, and I am a sucker for a good song. I really am. I'm emo as shit. I'm like, it sounds so good! And I'll be the first to admit it. But as long as I admit it, I think I'm okay. But no, I'm gonna have to think about that for a little bit, because I've never, it just never clicked. But that's really awesome. That I bet that there is depth in each character. Maybe that's something I need to visit one at a time.
Totally.
Yeah, because I guess. Wow. Let's before I have a brain fart. Let's move on. This is a huge. Janet is a huge role, which is awesome. I'm happy to see the role and the cast member evolve, different incarnations. In taking on that responsibility, there's got to be a long backstory of drama training or theater. What was the journey like?
My personal
Yeah,
journey?
like was it just like at a very young age? Was it something you did in like middle school, high school, college? Like at what point did you start theater?
Well, my most of my background's actually in dance, and so I've
Oh,
been on the
cool.
stage for as long as I can remember.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But then in 8th grade, I auditioned for Annie,
Mhm.
and I got the part of Grace Farrell, so I was Daddy Warbucks chick, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much where my love of theater originated.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, had you not gotten Janet, what other part would you? Because everybody's like, I'd take any part, but there's got to be another passion. Like, what other part would you be excited to play?
You know what? I really was interested in the part of Columbia. She's this very energetic,
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
crazy character.
Erica's knocking that out.
I
She's
do.
doing so well.
She's incredible. She can tap dance. Have you seen her?
I have watched her like come from the outside in, and it's just so awesome to be able to look. And I don't have patience for that shit. I don't. That's why I put my own show together. I was like, I'm not auditioning for no fucking body. I don't care. I'll be first to tell you. But to see people have that patience and that drive, and you can just be quiet and just work your way like a chess match.
Yeah.
I was like, you're gonna own it. And she's like, well, I just want to do this. And I was like, you need to do something else. And we talked about it during her audition video, this and the other. But anyway, enough about her. What is, let's see, is there anything that you may be apprehensive about going into opening night?
Not really. Well, I guess the callbacks, having someone yell at you from the audience might be a bit distracting.
Because it's flipped from normally it's a heckler, right? And it's something that is, you work your way through, but this time you acknowledge it, and you have to, yeah.
Right, it's live, and you have to interact with the audience. It's very much an audience participation musical, and sometimes that can be intimidating. If somebody yells something crude, you gotta roll with it. It is,
There's liquor involved. There's a 12 midnight show, so people can get rowdy.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm ready for it. I think that makes it more exciting. It puts a thrill to it. You don't know what to expect. You just gotta roll with it.
See, I got one more question.
Sure.
Your fiance is the male lead.
Yes.
What the hell is that like?
It's nice because we have chemistry already. That's not something that we had to develop over time.
Right, yeah.
We were actually both on the show last year as phantoms, and so chemistry started to happen at that point. And so for a year we've been working on this relationship. Now we're engaged. The only weird part about it is he's not my love interest. He's my fiance in the show too,
Right.
but he's not very kind, and I grow to dislike him, and I start to want to have a fling with the hot creature. So that's kind of the weird part about it.
So he gets a free pass to be a dick.
Right, exactly. Weird, right?
Do you have to tell him at home stop being Brad?
No, oh no.
not at home.
No.
I don't want to invade your personal space,
no,
but yeah, just stop being Brad. Or maybe is he ever during the rehearsal process did I go too far? Did I? Or is it all just you're in character? As soon as you leave, it's different.
As soon as we leave, it's different. But there have been a couple of times on stage I'm like, you're being way too mean right now. And he's like, oh gosh, I'm really sorry. It's pretty cute.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We're gonna leave it.